A bit of that rock and roll fix, courtesy of Dean Duplessis on Sport on the Gold Standard. And Dean loves his rock, and he did take a bit of a compromise by giving us the modern age version of rock, which is now mixed with a bit of hip hop and so much magezi. And as promised earlier on this week, we said we will link up with the CEO of Zimbabwe Rugby. And on the line, we've got Mr. Blessing Chiutare. Mr. Chiutare, welcome to Capitalk 100.4 FM.
Thank you very much, Jeff.
Unfortunately, you were not able to make it onto the show, but thank you very much for making time on Sunday to have a chat with us live on radio, because there are a lot of questions that are coming out of the world of rugby. Now, first of all, where are we in terms of our rugby? Because there is an interim board, and what is the current situation?
Well, Jeff, firstly, my apologies to all the viewers and the people that follow the sports channel. It's important. I have declared and vowed that I'll attend any interview I've been called to, but it was beyond my control. We had a meeting just to prepare for the SGM. But what we did at the SGM was the board passed a vote of no confidence on the former executive committee, and a new executive committee led by Russel Karimazondo as president, and Tunga Mashungu as vice president North, Dave Nash vice president South, and Aaron Janis, the treasurer, was ushered in. Also, the board also gave permission for change of signatories of the bank account to include the incoming treasurer and the CEO. And what's also the board was also given the executive committee was also given permission to set up committees to look into various aspects of rugby and to make sure that we get things underway and start preparing for next year's tournament. As you know, we've got the Cheetahs are going to the States in July for World Cup. There's also the World Cup qualifiers for the Sable, and the time the Sable started getting underway. So all that is going to be put in. Committees are going to put it in place to make sure that all this starts happening now, and start getting money also to make sure all these things happen. So briefly, Jeff, that's what took place yesterday.
And I know you are part of a lot of structures in the world of rugby locally, and you've also had some international experience. Is the SRC happy with the measures that are being taken at the moment? And maybe you could just give us a summary of why the vote of no confidence was given, not to get specifically into detail if it's information that you can give us, but why was a vote of no confidence passed?
Well, Jeff, it was two things. People went to the board, went through the SRC report, and then secondly, an internal commission also did an inquiry on governance aspects and how things were done, and they felt things were not done properly, things were not done how the procedures were not followed, and there was no paper trail for something. So at the end of the day, they were not happy with the government's issues, so they ushered in they passed the vote of no confidence and ushered in a new executive committee. We're definitely in consultation with the SRC, and we are also in consultation with Rugby Africa and consultation with World Rugby. So far we are fine.
I spoke to one of the young players at Old Rarians yesterday, and he was so disgruntled and said to me, "Rugby is dead. I don't feel motivated to play anymore." With the corrective measures that are planned in your plans and going forward, can we say rugby in Zimbabwe is dead, and where are we going?
Rugby is not dead. It's people are upset, and I acknowledge that the way the league was run did not go down well with many. So yes, definitely we've taken into cognizance what happened. We are not going to repeat that. As we are looking at various options, but definitely rugby will be played fully fledged next year, because we definitely need the teams, both 7th and 15th playing. So definitely that's a thing of the past.
Thank you very much. That's the CEO of Zimbabwe Rugby Union, Blessing Chiutare, also known as Buru. And he's brave enough, Dean, despite all of the grapevine talk, to come out on radio and give us the facts, because we're all about the facts. We want to lead the conversation and want to make sure that at least our listeners and every rugby stakeholder gets the information from the proper source. So don't go on Facebook and go on Twitter and start ranting when the information is readily available. Dean, I'm sure we can put this on a podcast so that anyone who really wants clarity about what's happening in Zimbabwe Rugby Union can listen to how we are leading the conversation.
Yes, and once again, a very big thank you to you, Blessing, for coming on to the show, because I think a lot of people, there are many unanswered questions, and the way that it was dealt with was very nice indeed.
Thank you very much, Blessing.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Dean. Anytime. Yes, I know I owe you guys an interview. I'm sure things will settle, and then I'll definitely come through and I'll answer people's questions.
Thank you very much. Are you familiar with the Bundu Boys?
Yes, very much.
Which one of the songs do you remember?
Bimbindu.
It goes to show us how old you are, Blessing.
I think we're more or less of the same age, because the Bundu Boys were more of my era as well, when they still made when bands and musicians still made proper music without all the auto tunes and non-acoustical sounds that you hear of today.
Well, yes, definitely. Hey.
Thank you very much, guys. We keep leading the conversation. This is Capitalk 100.4 FM, Zimbabwe's first and only premium talk radio station, and we lead the conversation.